So we can watch that tonight.
Dude, you don't watch Equilibrium?
You can probably watch both.
That movie looks...
What's Equilibrium?
Really YouTube do that thing where like, oh, here's movie clips. It's some Christian Bale movie.
Okay.
I've only seen some like the fight scene clips. It's really bad choreographed. It's cut up a bunch. It looks awful, and I want to watch it.
Oh no! Is it a Christopher Nolan movie?
I have no idea.
I just know Christian Bale does a lot of stuff.
Christian Bale's name of his character. It's supposed to be like from what I gathered, it's like a dystopian future thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, you know, it's kind of like you resist our society, so we just kill you type deal. So like, it's a guy who works for the institution is the best guy at killing the resistance, and now he's like, oh wait, no, the resistance was right type deal. And his name is Cleric, which is kind of sick.
Nice.
Cleric?
Yeah. But I really want your commentary on like the fight scenes and stuff.
I can't wait to be knitting like an old woman with my lamb alarms being like,
what? It is fucking wild.
I can't remember what movie we were watching, but there was something like, it had really good choreography, and it was a really well choreographed fight, and I was paying like particular attention to it because it was like female versus male, and not like average female versus average male, but like slightly toned female versus like shit brick house male, and I was like, okay, well, let's see what you do here. And like most of the fight was really good because it wasn't like, oh, I just punched the guy and he hurts. It was a lot of like, all right, cool, I'm going to maneuver around this way, and I'm going to do a joint lock here, and I'm going to like throw this way by using leverage. And I'm like, wow, this is really well done. And like the very end, she like hits him in the sternum and it like breaks his chest or something like that. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like it was so close.
Maybe he's done so many steroids that his bones are brittle. They're hollow.
One thing I've always liked about
Never heard of
fighting movies that acknowledge that one of the fighters is just bigger than the other guy by like significant margins. Anytime they do like the leg lock on the head, they go, oh. They just pick him up and just fucking put him back.
Bonk.
I saw a really good tip somewhere. It was probably on Pinterest for like writing like fight scenes. Is to watch professional wrestling. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do that when I write fight scenes for my stories. I'm gonna watch some good fights.
That's like the one thing I feel like the Fast and Furious movies did right was, oh, we need a person who just is gonna fight him and have like no lines. Cool, hello UFC fighter or WWE star. It's like,
just do your thing.
Yeah,
Please don't speak. At Ronda Rousey in that one Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah, truly. I'm gonna be so good.
Bro, he's got no ring on.
They can come inside.
They want to stay outside.
They're having fun.
I mean, you can ask them. We can get their consent.
I don't fucking remember. Oh yeah, Ricky and I.
Oh, can we have your consent that you do want to, in fact, be in the bed?
I want what?
That you do, in fact, want to be in the bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. See?
We just want to make sure. You said you were going to be cold.
I mean, yeah.
If he's cold, you're cold.
Shut the window. Shut the window.
Anyone in my bed I need consent for.
Ricky and I were playing Warframe earlier today, and I was doing like a lot of damage or something, and he like complimented me, but I didn't hear it, and I was like criticizing him because he had just died. And he was like, you try to compliment a man, and he attacks you. I was like, I don't know if you've ever complimented me before.
No wonder you didn't hear it.
You freaking didn't even...
You
did that
what a loss.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even hear it, but he was saying like how much. He's like, wow, you're doing a lot of damage. And I'm like, look at you fucking loser, you died.
That was the only time he ever will say anything.
Yeah,
like
exactly. That was my once in a decade.
I will say, oh wow, you're doing a lot of damage. Is that even a compliment? That's just
it was something
an
like
observation.
It was something like that. Where,
Damn, look at you go.
It was because I was like carrying the mission. Like he was like, man, if we didn't have you here, we'd be dead because you're doing a lot of damage or whatever, something like that. But,
Damn.
And then I was like, you're a fucking idiot because you died.
Rip.
But I like spoke over him as he was complimenting me, insulting him. I thought it was funny.
That is funny.
Are we recording?
We are recording.
We are recording.
We're
I
recording.
kind of want to get into it
Oh, God.
because I really want to get to
The fun
Tristan,
part.
the fun part.
it was fun. And Tristan, I think, also has some suggestions about how you guys can play your characters in the future.
Okay.
You might want to discuss with you.
Oh, it is like a dynamic that I would like, but I said I wanted to talk to you about it. It is very simple. I'm making it. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the campaign first.
Exactly.
Let's do that.
Talk about that.
So what happened yesterday?
We'll hop
Well,
on.
We'll hop on.
Arthurius.
Arthur.
I have to keep thinking
Arthurius.
like Arthurius.
Arthurius.
Because I want to call him Zeraphos. But then I'm like, wait, no, it's the A name. And then I want to say Aurelio. And I'm like, no.
Or
that's
Aetherian.
not
Aetherian.
it. I really don't get mixed up between Aetherian and
I don't either.
Arthurius.
I'm built different. What can I say?
You're built wrong.
We knew that.
Ihurst.
You made it start with I. E-Y-E-ish.
Hey!
Hey!
That's A-Y. Thank you.
It's also not E-Y-E. It's E-Y-H-U-R-S-T.
I don't care what the rules are. It's I, man.
Okay.
I don't make the rules. I just say it out loud.
Okay.
Okay. It's a dialect. That's how Scaliana says it.
So we were
Because she's not
on
from there.
the Midnight Raven.
That's fine. That can be canon.
It is canon. Thank you.
Okay, cool. But you have to pronounce it right.
I know I don't. Scaliana's not mispronouncing it.
You're
It's a
not from there.
dialectical region.
Yeah, but you don't have that dialect.
Regional
We're
dialect.
from the same place.
Scaliana and I have the same accent.
You're fucking Greek. I don't want to hear it.
Sorry.
So we were on the Midnight Raven. And Arthurius and Gary were like, all right, cool. We're going to let you guys out at port real quick so you can do your final shopping. And then you can get your shopping done.
I should have
And
bought
then
more potions at that time.
Go up.
Instead of
Well, I hadn't
convincing everybody
used-
that
I
we
hadn't
were on the
used
Midnight
any of
Raven.
mine.
Yeah.
I was very surprised that no one actually did any shopping, considering the fact that my guy, Larson, was just because he hadn't told anybody that he was going to leave. Because you don't tell the captain that you're going to abandon ship.
Your post, yeah.
So
I-
Larson
You
was
didn't
like,
have like a contract with him. I think it would probably be perfectly reasonable
Yeah,
to be
but
like,
he's
all
also
right.
an
He's
evil
a
fucking.
pirate.
He's a lich. Like he's just
no, because Arthurius
Said that he could
straight-
leave.
He said
He's,
straight
he's
up.
talking
You're
about
talking about
Morgan.
Morgan.
That's why I'm saying,
Yes.
like, you could have just told Morgan, hey, I'm leaving, and be like, oh, sick, the cat's not going to be here anymore.
Yeah, it is Dawson. But I understand you as Larson
Yes.
would not do that, especially coming from a naval background.
Yes.
You would just, I mean,
If
you've
you're
done
going
once before.
AWOL, you don't tell the captain you're going AWOL.
Hey, by the way, Cap, I'm outie.
I'm never going to see him again.
I will clean
Find
all
somebody
your
else to
cannons.
do that guard post.
So, did get all my cannons, did clean all the cannons, did, like, prep all that, because Larson was like, all right, well,
I'm not
I guess
gonna
I'll
be a
set
dick.
him up for
Yeah,
success. Yeah.
That's kind of base.
Grabbed all of his gold and stuff, and then left, leaving the mortar key, because that would have been a dick move. Also, he has no use for it. And then, as he left, like ships passing in the night, his daughter, who's looking for him, like is able to get his trail, or like catch his trail with his scent. Gets on the boat and is like, okay, well, what if I just wait here? Surely, if I just wait here, he'll show up, or the crew will come and I can ask him questions. And then she fell asleep. Morgan and Duncan went out drinking. Morgan buying some very expensive liqueur.
I totally missed that. I should have went with him.
Ashura and
I'm sure it was Loudcast.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I think I probably just heard you say, like, hey, sure, come with. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, I was going to go get us some infamy, and then I rolled a fucking 20.
Rolled a natty 20. So now we are infamous.
and now we have powers, which is
Whoa.
pretty neat.
Like
Or
the video
magic.
game?
Like the video
You
game.
become more infamous, you get more powers?
Yes, you also get a new like title of your infamy, much like the infamous video game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Dawson doesn't know what that's
You get,
like
like,
in that
the-
video game because he didn't play it despite despite borrowing my PS3.
You do the. Do we get the.
Yeah.
That's the mortars.
Oh, shit. Did he ever give me the wand?
Larson?
Yeah.
He left it in his chest.
Okay.
Because again, like he's not going to use
That
a
would've been funny
wand.
If he just took it. It's like, this one's mine.
He would have only took it if he could also take the mortars. Dawson, I wasn't actually like doing a call out of you. I'm just joking.
It's like
around.
when you go to
Distraction.
somebody's house, right, and you know you're never going to go back, so you steal their TV remote.
Have you done that before?
No, but
Okay.
it would be
You
funny.
But you could.
I could, and it would be really funny.
You just need people that, for some reason, you're going
Look.
to their house once and never
Yeah.
again.
A Roku TV replacement on Amazon's like $5. It's
Yeah.
just a $5 Josh.
It's just a funny little prank.
And if you want to feel good about it, leave them a $5 on the coffee table when you swipe
no,
the
'cause
remote,
that
and
is-
then it makes them feel like, oh, look, $5, that's awesome. And then they
shit,
can't,
you're
and then they
right.
can't
They
find
never
their
make
TV
the
remote.
association. Or they call you and they're like, dude, you left $5 here, and you're like, oh no, you can have it. And then like later that day, they realize their TV remote's gone. They can't find it. They tear apart their whole house,
But they're not gonna.
and they're not gonna
But
make that
they're
mental
not,
association
because you were such
you're
a nice guy. Yeah, you
Yeah.
were like, yeah, no.
$5.
Spotted them a $5, bro.
That's a tip for the bazingers out there.
That's
And La Familia.
And La Familia. Let's go get food.
Let's go get food. Betters with the
Welcome back,
hard R.
Bazingers and La Familia. When we last left off, we were, I think, still at shore. We were just now discovering that Larson had deserted us, and in his place was an even taller cat.
Even taller? I mean, he was not tall.
I mean, but she is even taller than him.
That
Technically correct.
technically correct. You are correct.
All right, we can start over. It's fine. I'm already fucked up the line. Hey, what's up? Bazingers and La Familia.
Stop.
Where?
Punching the stop sign.
Why did you punch the stop sign?
Conditioning.
Okay. So, we started sailing off again,
Exactly.
and then realized we met back up with the Midnight Raven.
You love what?
Jeep gladiators.
Oh, you said you love him.
I do. That's
Oh.
what I said.
He just said that he
I
loves
love
them.
Jeep gladiators. They are my favorite
Twisted.
car.
I want to get a pretzel again sometime.
Oh, we can go there.
No, not right now. Next time. Next time we go, I want to get pretzels. Next time we're over here. I have French fries. I don't want to spoil my French fries.
Sorry. I'm still a little sleepy.
So,
Hey, bazingers and
hey, the
Familia.
singers and La Familia. Welcome back.
Are you sleepy?
Hello, oohs and ees.
I'm speaking your language.
Pick it up what you're putting down.
So, crew came back aboard after drinking and spreading infamy. Saw there was just a white cat in Larson's hammock. I was
Thought nothing of it.
Whatever.
Thought nothing of it and sailed
Nobody
off.
considered it.
Uh,
Nobody considered the possibility that his daughter might appear in his place.
What a
Nobody.
bizarre circumstance. The only thing that would have been weirder is if her name was also Larson.
It's like a Killian situation.
Like a Killian situation?
You know?
Oh, I was making a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference.
Oh, how would I know that?
You wouldn't.
How would anybody know that except Tristan?
It was just for him.
It was just
You know how you make jokes for Ricky sometimes?
No.
Okay.
you know how sometimes he compliments you and you just stomp on them?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
No, it's not. So we're sailing back out. The Midnight
Does she
Raven picks us
compliment
up.
you and you
Jesus
stomp on them?
Christ. We're never gonna get past.
That was more the
This is the
example of
opening, guys. We got so much more to do.
No, we don't.
Yes,
That
we
is
do.
not where your stickers go.
We got out there. He was like, "Okay, cool, whatever. You guys are all gonna go be part of my." We had to do a boat fight. We had a boat fight, and we almost sunk his ship.
A BF, yeah. Altharius had us prove our capability as a crew, and so the crew lined up and was like, "Wait a second, hold on, where's your gunner?"
I want to go there.
You say that every
I
time.
know, but that's the point. It's part of the joke.
It is part of. Oh, it's a joke. Okay,
Part of the bit. Yeah.
part of the bit. I'm sorry. I
Part of the
pointed
bit,
out.
part of the joke, part of the bit, part of the joke,
Part of the tee ha ha.
part of the tee hee ha ha. Part
So
of
we
the
did.
Oh my God.
We fought.
We
fought.
fought.
A boat
We fought
with
gallantly.
Altharius'
Gallantly.
boat.
Which one is it, Freddie?
What?
The gallant or
You
gallant?
got first. You got first.
Gallantly.
You got first.
Gallantly.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Well, don't stop on my part. I was just yelling at a person who's never going to be able to hear me.
Kaylee was asking me for clarification on a word.
So, Morgan, it wasn't even Morgan. I think Gary, yeah, that's what it was. Gary went down, saw that there was a sleeping cat, collected the cat, went up because he
We're past that. We're way past that.
Scruffed.
Scruffed.
Yeah, we're skipping ahead to the fight.
Oh, okay.
Unless there's.
What's her name again? It starts with an H.
Haruka.
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 It's way harder to remember than Larson.
Haruka.
Eventually, I will remember it. It's just like every time I look, I'm like, Lars? No.
You guys do have a chance or opportunity to give her an Axian name, or suggest to her an Axian name.
Harold.
We just don't tell her it's not meant for a
Harriet
girl.
Tubman.
Oh my god.
Yo, my man.
So Haruka is plopped down.
She's part of the
in
ship, part of the
Larson's
crew.
place.
Harriet Tubman is the name of my horse in Red Dead Redemption 2. I'd just like to share that for the class.
Thank you.
Altharius has a brief like, wait a second, you didn't used to be able to be magical. What's the deal with this? And then she was like,
And then he forgot about it promptly.
and then he was like, okay, whatever.
And then it didn't matter anymore. He forgore it.
I think she said something along the lines of like, I learned how to sing, and he's like,
I bet.
cats are weird. And then Morgan like realized it was someone different. It was just like, I fucking hate cats.
And then we were like, oh, did you kill your father? Did you kill him? Did you kill him and eat him? Did you kill him and not even eat him? Where's his skull? Did
And
you
then
shoot
she
his skull?
mentioned a child, and he's like, did you kill your kid too? Did you eat your kid too?
Oh, and then Ashura immediately told Laukaz that he's not allowed to talk to her,
Yeah.
period. And he kept forgetting to do that, but he still wanted to talk to her because he's a social guy. So he had to keep asking Ashura to ask her things for him.
Yeah.
And she did
Well,
not.
you would always start. You learn. What's his name? Loudcast.
Oh my god.
I had a minor stroke there.
I'm happy to not have the L and L mixed up because I also always mixed up Larson and Loudcast.
Loudcast would start talking to Hikari.
Nope.
Haruka.
It's like Iruka Sensei, but with an H.
Yes.
What?
There we go. That's a Naruto reference.
Why? I don't know.
I'm not talking to you
I've
then.
only watched Boruto.
He's dead.
I'm talking to Tristan. I'm showing
This
him
is
that
a
I know.
three-man podcast.
And
I'm
Dawson.
being left out.
I'm sorry.
Um,
Watch Naruto. Or listen to Tristan talk about Naruto for like a week straight.
See, I lost my train of thought. You just killed me.
Loudcast
Ashura.
would immediately forget that he
Loudcast
wasn't allowed to
would
talk to Haruka.
To Haruka. I was like, say Cardi. Would talk to Haruka and then immediately stop, like halfway through the first word, and then turn to Ashura and be like, can you tell her this?
Because
It was
Ashura was just mad dogging Loudcast the entire time.
And it just got worse.
Yeah.
It just got worse.
Just got worse.
So
we'll get there when we get there.
We got to the boat, we defeated the other boat, we did it, we were not allowed to collect any loot, and then we were sent back onto our boat so that we can go find the anvil, and we did. Sail towards it, we definitely did.
Well, you found it.
Haruka and Morgan, I think, Haruka, Duncan, and Morgan, I think, bonded over being capable with ship things. And then afterward was like, hey, yo, Morgan, can I talk to you? And he was like, okay, yeah, sure. So they went away for a second. She's like, okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna force you to role play, and then you fucking crippled Dawson's brain, and he had to go upstairs.
He got a horrific migraine.
Yeah.
It was just like, hey, what's the deal?
What's
I
the
assume
deal?
you guys are like a merchant ship or something. Like my dad started sending like a lot of money. I'm trying to find him, and he's like, we're hunting for
Maybe
treasure.
We're pirates.
He didn't say that. But he's just like, look, we're hunting for treasure, and she's like, okay. And then he was like, well, we're working under this guy now, so we kind of have to do what he says. And she's like, oh, okay, so we're just sort of screwed right now. I'm assuming it's like an indentured servitude thing. And he's like, kinda. And she's like, okay, cool.
I've learned the best way to get Dawson to roleplay is to make his character in a gay relationship with a Batman, and he will kiss him back.
Eventually.
Eventually he will.
When he's a little bit drunk.
I've whittled down his willpower. He did kiss Cosmic back.
He did.
So.
It is
And
reciprocated.
it is one of my favorite moments in our campaigns.
So we get on our ship, we wait till nighttime, the hammer glows and shows us the destination, and we now go to the island that has the anvil on it.
It glues.
It glues.
It glued.
We go to the island, and there's like some buildings that are set up and a campfire, but we don't see anybody outside, and we're like, okay. So Duncan and Haruka are like, okay, Captain has a migraine, so he's asleep right now. Let's figure this out. We decide to park the boat kind of far away because the island's only like a square mile. Rowed ashore, and then are greeted by a deep one who just looks like a troglodyte, like a chimpanzee trog.
And a fish.
Oh, okay. Can I do it? Can I pull it in?
Oh, tease it. Tease it in.
Tease it.
Nice.
Nice. And he's like, all right, cool. Wait here. And we're like, all right. And then a big shrimp comes out?
Yo, man, fucking shrimp on that anvil, dude.
Tell me a shrimp fried this island?
So he's like, all right, are you guys here for the anvil? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, eat this. And we're like, all right.
And
so
we
eat
did.
that.
And then he took us to the temple.
Then he took us to the temple.
And we can leave it there.
And
come
we
back.
can eat and come back.
Yeah, after we've eaten.
Welcome back to
Welcome
Zingers and
back.
Familia.
La Familia.
Bazingers and Familia.
Oh,
That's
That's
our
the name of our
fans.
I didn't hear the
team.
buh
That's
first.
what we call the
Zingers?
yeah, that's what I thought he said. I was like,
Hard R
So that-
Zingers?
Interesting.
this episode's already taken down. Just like that.
As if YouTube even knows we're uploading.
That'd be pretty cool if we got a video taken down, because that means that like someone
Somebody's
outside of our
watching.
friend group watched it.
It was me though. I reported it. I report all of your guys' videos actually.
Damn, I
He doesn't
had
want a
to take
competing
it down.
podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's one less I gotta worry about.
It has nothing to do with us. He does that with every podcast.
Yeah.
Like, not even about D&D. Like, every
Critical
single...
Role will be removed one day.
They'll listen.
The Joe Rogan podcast is going down.
Well, no, I want to start on that one day. So.
And then afterwards.
You want to take it over. You are Joe Rogan now.
Please no.
You're only allowed to eat steak.
And talk about
Not him.
chimpanzees.
Yeah.
So we went to the temple.
So we went to the temple, and there was a boulder puzzle.
Ain't no way. Like, we need to scoot up.
Wait, did you guys meet you guys talk about the fish?
We talked
people?
to
Yeah, we talked about the
The
big
shrimp?
people.
Yeah, the
We
shrimp.
met the shrimp guy. I'm still. Loudcast should have eaten them. I'm just saying it, but he should have.
You can go back and do it.
He
once
will.
you complete
He will.
the magic temple.
He's gonna be hungry. He's a growing boy.
Um,
He's got to reach about 9 feet.
what?
He's big.
How big is he now?
I think he's like 6'6". No, he's still a little bit shorter than Two Bears. Because I'm not allowed to be taller than Two
Which
Bears.
is 6'6" would be shorter than 2 bears.
Yeah, he's 6'6". Oh my god.
Nice.
But yeah, he's a whale shark baby boy. He's got to get big.
Did you put Haruka and Larson in your height chart?
No, not yet.
Okay. It's less.
It's getting bigger.
It's. I'm not trying to inject them into your height chart. It's more. I know that you have.
I'm fine putting them in the height chart. It's more the backgrounds make them really annoying to cut out. So I just
Yeah,
it's not like I
they
can
are
do it. Like,
fuzzy.
it's not that I can do it in 30 seconds. Like I was fucking with it for like 15 minutes last night, and I was like, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this later because it was taking too long. So
I see. So we get in there. There's a boulder puzzle, and Haruka was like, "Oh, okay. Let's start thinking about how to solve this boulder puzzle." And then Ashura was like, "Hold on, I know exactly how to do this." And Nori was like, "No, I'm pretty sure I know how to do this." And Duncan
oh yeah,
was like,
Nori was there.
I'm pretty sure we know how to do this. And Ashura was like, "No, we need to do this."
No,
but
no,
the
no.
problem
this was a different. Yeah, this was a different one. Would you? Hey, DM, do you want to explain maybe a little bit? Because I had no idea what was going on that whole time.
The rock puzzle.
The first one.
But the problem was
That's when there was still there was a rock
This
slide and there was a thing
room-
that dropped down and we had to move boulders.
I understand it.
this room was it had some magic on it to where everyone's strength mod was set to 0 unless you were quote unquote the guy.
The
The
guy.
guy.
And that was randomly rolled each round. So only the guy actually had the executive decision on which boulder got moved.
I wonder what movie inspired this.
The boulders.
Yeah.
So the first room, there were a bunch of. I'm not going to try and explain the actual layout.
I've also seen clips of that. Now that I know what it is, I'm excited to watch it.
I'm not going to explain the actual layout. Effectively, we had to move some boulders away to get past another boulder that dropped down. It was supposed to emulate a specific boulder puzzle in the Cave of Origins, right? The undersea cavern in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, where a trainer is walking around and they pull you forward once you walk by and you have to reset it, do the puzzle again so you can actually get past the trainer. Trying to emulate it with a boulder, it didn't really work out, but it was still fine. The next room was fantastic. The next room was just a straight up boulder puzzle, and I remember it vividly because I spent a lot of time stuck in that room as a
Same.
very stupid child.
Ashura was moving
Back when
boulders.
they cared.
Ashura was moving boulders, and then we had to reset it, and so we got hurt. And it was like, well, hold on, wait a second. Haruka pulled out a dice set, and was like, okay, let me arrange this in a way
You can sample it.
Oh, yeah, it's your Captain Barrack shirt. Nice. I just never realized. So we could sample it, and we're able to get past.
But yeah, that didn't take very long. And then
was the dexterity challenge, right?
This wasn't supposed to take very long either.
Where this dexterity challenge was everyone's. Don't shake your head. Where everyone's dexterity was set to 0, except
You're being attacked.
unless you were quote unquote the guy.
And that was Loudcast like 80% of the time.
Yes, it was.
Hell yeah.
You were also limited to 5 feet per action for movement.
So we were all very
We could
slow.
only step. So a lot of it was they were dragon statues, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they were dragon statues that would shoot out fire in a line. If you were in that line by the end of the round. So there were some times that we just had to take the damage. You know, it is what it is. Haruka played a Hymn of Healing to kind of help give people temp HP and heal. And so she was kind of like lagging behind because she was using an action to sustain instead of stepping.
Duncan was just going.
Duncan was just going. Well,
So was Nori.
He's the face tank.
Yeah,
you know?
Duncan and Nori were just going.
And Nori didn't really have to worry about fire damage.
Yeah, Nori, apparently I'd given enough magic items and resources to Nori to just not worry about her fire weakness. So,
So we go through like the first part. We go around the second bend, and then but at the end of the first part, we're introduced to a pressure plate, and these pressure plates are if you step on that first one was you step on it.
no. So all the pressure plates had the exact same function in the sense that if you ended your turn on a pressure plate, you took damage, and then the pressure plates had a reaction that when somebody stepped off of it,
They triggered.
it would trigger as well. So the idea was that if you did get off the pressure plate, just make sure nobody's in the way, and also don't end your turn on a pressure plate. 'Cause
Right.
The pressure plates did more damage.
Right. So we learned that when a beam of acid was shot out and ate through one of the columns that was,
Went all the way through. It would have.
All the way through.
Fun fact with that one, the first one you guys encountered, technically lines up with the other room, and it goes all the way through. So if somebody was like really lagging behind and hit that pressure plate, that would have hit somebody also in the very. Like,
Let's go.
far right over. That was the whole point of it, was to either fuck somebody behind you or in front of you.
Okay. So we make it past the first bend, make it past the second bend, and then there's just sort of a pressure plate in the middle of a kind of probably the most open area. Freddie and I had some Tuberis and Ren energy just seeping into Ashore and Haruka.
I felt Tuberis
Felt the quirk come in.
Entering me.
Yeah.
As it were. A room full of traps.
That a big lizard man would easily just eat.
Yeah, he would just eat it, and he would think it'd be kind of funny to just set it off, prank his friends a little bit. So I was being overcome with this sensation to do a little bit of goofing and gaffing.
Overcome with the teehees.
Overcome with the teehees. Also, Ashura doesn't like competition. So, naturally, Ashura walks past this pressure plate. Haruka is standing behind her. And
also keep in mind, just for the context, Ashura had moved in front of Haruka. It was Haruka's turn. Haruka caught up, had one action left, and the situation was Haruka, Ashura to the right of Haruka.
we don't need. It doesn't. I don't think the spatial layout of everything matters. Just that there was a pressure plate next to them.
Okay, they would have taken 2 actions to grab Ashura and move Ashura.
Oh yeah,
onto
that
the
was right.
pressure
You
plate.
were the one who thought about it first.
And then Austin was like, "No, that's going to take 2 actions. You only have 1 action left." And I'm
so
like,
really,
"Oh, okay."
it's his fault.
Oh my god! And so.
He said non-canonically.
And so, I'm providing the fact that it's my fault on the real life, so that when we talk about the
So yeah,
the characters.
in IRL, as they say.
So then, when it was Freddy's turn, it was like, "Oh hey,
I can
don't
just-
you want to just move me onto the plane?" He's like, "I would have to wait 2 rounds." I'm like, "No, it's the start of your turn. You have enough actions." And he's like, "DM, move me back."
Yeah, so I walk back over there. I pick up the cat lady. I can't move her because I failed the
grip the
athletics.
cat lady.
I grip her. And I can't move her. So Ashura is just kind of holding this cat lady, and then it comes back to Cat Lady's turn, and she stabs Ashore.
I was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Because I passed the athletics check to resist being pushed into the plate. So Ashore did grab and try and push, and Callie's just like, okay, what the fuck are you on? And she's like, let me go. And then it's like, all right, cool. And then stabbed and did... That didn't get you down, right?
No, that did down.
no,
them,
you
'cause
knocked me out.
Yeah,
I was
because
pretty
you're no
low.
longer grabbed after that.
Oh, that's right, because I rolled really high and I crit you.
And then you were nice and you healed her again.
Yes, I
You
got
brought
her
back
up.
The mistake.
She used one action to stand up, and then she blew up.
Yes.
And act like
Her
shit
main
on
goal.
herself.
She used her emotional like resonance or whatever it's called to, which is a cool feature of psychics where like as they level up, this one ability of theirs just gets more and more things it does. And at the current level I'm at, the first action I blow up like big AoE around me of force damage.
30 feet.
No, 20 feet.
20 feet.
And then
And the
I
fear
go,
effect is
and then
30.
anyone within 30 feet, I like go inside their head and scare the ever loving shit out of them.
Which I really like the mental picture of like the person who's the victim of that, just like everything goes black or desaturated and like that like Ashore is the only thing that they can see.
The big titty no lady.
Thank God.
And you know, she's like morphing or just like being whatever scary thing that she can be. So Haruka continued to roll 4s on all of the saves required. And so she only saw Ashore get up and just do damage, be scary. Thankfully, I did not get
you went to Frighten
3.
which is the highest level of Frighten, I'm pretty sure, right?
4, but you would have gotten me to Frighten 4 if I didn't have one of my talismans.
What is does Frighten 4 just do the same thing?
Yeah, so the real advantage of how debuffs work is 'cause most debuffs and statuses do roughly the same thing. Unlike Pathfinder 1E, though, it's a bunch of different modifiers now, so you could be Enfeebled 4, Frightened 4, and Clumsy 4. That's a minus 12 to your AC, buddy.
Yeah.
Meh. But immediately, Haruka.
Getting there.
Think of like Haru first and then Ka.
Do not think of Haru.
Wait, like Bunny?
Yeah.
Haruka then stabbed Ashore again and downed her, bringing her to dying 3.
Yeah. And then it
She
was
had
like,
already gone down once earlier.
because that was it. Because I was like, oh wait, can I get a reactive strike? And no, the only reactive strike that I had was when Ashore was getting up, and
And
during
I had
that
already
time,
done my entire turn.
Right.
And our house
Yeah.
rules are like we can't re-roll, like redo an entire turn because you realize you did something wrong.
right, and so it's like okay, and it
That's
was
how
also
they-
like,
my
hey,
house
I
rules
give you the
actually
chance
rules.
of, hey, are you chill now? Are we good? What's up with you? And then she does all that, puts Haruka in like a worse spot, and is like, okay, you're fucking crazy. Downs you again. That's when
I am
Laukaz was coming over and is like, what the fuck's going on?
I am sad because the way emotional resonance or expulsion or whatever it's called is if you critically succeed on one of the effects, each of the effects rather, you get to cast a spell as a free action on each of the effects.
Yeah.
So if you critically succeed on all of the effects, it's just boom, 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 boom.
That is insane.
Yeah, but you have to crit success on all of them. So and like I mean, if I crit success on one, I'd still get to cast a spell. And I knew exactly the spell.
What?
I have a touch spell, and I've been wanting to use this forever. That turns you into an animal. When I like it turns you into a monster.
Oh.
So I just like boop, and you just turn into like it's a polymorph like for an x number of turns.
Oh my god.
And you're like not intelligent anymore. Like you're just a beast. And so it's like, but I haven't got to use it because it's a touch spell.
Yeah.
Like so, I'm like every time we've been in a fight, I'm like trying to creep towards somebody and poke them with my stinky finger. Yeah, the fucking.
It's the Chikasha finger, just.
Yeah, exactly. And I was absolutely gonna do that if I got a fucking crit success, but alas, I went down instead. And Laukaz came over and was raging.
Yeah, Laukaz was yelling at Haruka first, and then Haruka. I think when Ashore first grabbed Haruka, she like called out to Laukaz and was like, "Yo, you want to fucking get your girl?" And then Laukaz was like, "What's going on over there, Ash?" And then Ash was just popping off. So Loudcast comes over and she's like, "What the fuck did you do to her, man? You didn't have to do that." And then Haruka's like, "Bro, come on, man. Like, you need to fucking get that chick in control. Like, what the fuck are you even on, bro? You need to fucking, like, assert your dominance over this girl." And Loudcast is like, "Don't tell me what I need to be doing." And God, what did Haruka
Captain's
say?
gone for one day.
Haruka said something along the lines of, like, "Why don't you ever, like, do anything?" It was like, you were like, "Oh, yeah, I prefer your dad being here." And he was, like, making moves on her. And then Haruka was like, "What, are you one of those freaks that just likes to watch?"
It's kind of getting worse.
So yeah, he wants you dead too.
So Haruka hit him with the eye roll and just walked away. And
Loudcast
surprisingly, we like blazed through the rest of the puzzle.
Well,
I
Loudcast
like
revived
Haruka.
Ashura, and then they spent the next couple of turns just chugging potions because Ashura was really hurt and didn't want to die instantly if she got hit by a trap.
Yeah.
And Loudcast spent the rest of the dungeon being really mad at Ashura, but she likes that, so
She got what she wanted.
exactly.
The dungeon is not over. The rest of that very specific room area.
Right.
is still so
There was a
Duncan.
final.
Won the race.
It's
He
true.
did win the
Duncan
race. He did win the race. There was a final pressure plate that Loudcast and Ashura were like very hesitant to be behind Haruka on, because it was like, oh, if she does trigger that, she could just step on, step off, and then it hit both of us. So we need to like stay out of the way. And Haruka was just like, I don't give a shit, and just like kept walking.
I will say, like, I had that dog in me. Literally every time there was an ally like on a spot where I could trigger a plate to hit them.
Well, there was at one point
It was
where,
so hard not to.
There was one spot where you were behind Loudcast and he was on the plate, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to get off because I thought that I might be able to dodge it, and I was the guy for that round, so I didn't know that we weren't able to make that save, so I couldn't dodge the laser.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ashura stepped behind me, and so I knew it was gonna go off if I didn't move. But I also kind of hoped that I could just tank it for you, like and so.
Oh yeah,
he
that's the
didn't-
one that hit
He
both
didn't.
of you.
Yeah, he didn't step off, and then Ashura was still there, and then I guess learned your lesson somewhat.
Can I just say I'm glad I was nice because the spell was Acid Arrow, which has persistent
Oh.
acid damage. I decided not to do persistent
you.
damage, in which case Ashura probably would be dead.
And I'd be playing Akanos.
Oh, that's gonna be your backup.
Well, yeah,
Totally
I
makes
started
sense.
building him as soon as what's her name showed up, and I just immediately assumed our dynamic was going to fall apart. So
No.
I started building Akanos.
Haruka is a married lady
And
with a child,
And?
and it totally was of the like, oh hey, if you two are a thing, you know, I can totally like help you seal the deal. And then this whole drama thing has happened, and so now she's like, all right, fuck it. But the dynamic that I kind of do want to pursue is like Ashura and Haruka do like just hate each other, but anytime that gets like interrupted by somebody, that anger gets directed at whoever interrupted it. So it's just like,
fuck off! Boom!
yeah, it's like, I fucking hate you, I fucking hate you. Captain's just like, hey guys, where are your posts? Shut up!
Oh, not the
That
captain.
is the fastest way to get yourself killed.
Duncan will not
We'll be
The
fine.
tolerate-
moment you
Or-
kill that captain, I'm also active.
But then you'll have 3 people against you too. So
Or the
Duncan
Or
probably
it'll
wins
be
that.
Yeah.
it'll be there's a ship that's attacking us, and then you guys can hate the ship.
yeah, that was the main example that I had of like they're like on the deck just like arguing with each other, and then like we get into combat and they're just like, what the fuck do you want? And just like start firing shit and casting spells. But
And Loudcast is gonna go for a swim when that happens. He doesn't really want. That's a lot.
Ashura, like, except Ashura's not like, she's quiet, so it's like it's gonna be a lot of Haruka. I'm starting to get it. Yelling at Ashura, and Ashura just occasionally chiming in. But Ashura will stand there and like
Glare.
smile.
Mad Dog?
No, she'll like smile at her just to piss her off.
psychopath.
And that's what we did. That was it.
And now Ashura is low health. Most of you have used most
Dying
of your
3.
healing sources, and dying 3, and there is still combat.
Listen the race and haven't healed myself.
Akanos might
I'm
be
fine.
showing up through a time portal.
I regain all my health stuff. Just give me an hour and I can remake my talismans.
Will that cure my condition?
No.
I told you the only person who can lower your wounded status is Nori. But only with enough training.
I will not let Nori touch me.
Then you might die.
Then you might.
I would die. I would die first, gladly, before letting that fucking freak touch me.
When Akanos just will be part of the Time Brigade.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Austin and I have had the idea that if we do a Starfinder campaign, it'll be about like time cops led by Akanos.
Like Star Trek.
Like going back in time to like different points from our past
Make sure the
campaigns
prime timeline
to make
takes
sure the
place
timeline
correctly.
remains consistent.
Let's go.
So like Starfinder characters, but like in the outskirts of like Belahane, making sure like shit
Oh,
happens
let's
the way it's
go.
supposed to,
Mhm.
stuff
Oh,
like
that's
that.
really cute.
But Akanos will be a time cop if he shows up in this campaign. Because the time Oracle mystery is really fucking cool in 2e. Like, it's really cool in 1e, but it's really, really cool in 2e. And there's also a time traveler background. So
Yeah.
What?
I am making him statistically a Knoll because there's no Minotaur race, but he'll still be a Minotaur. It's just that Knolls have the same stat bonuses as Minotaurs do, so.
Makes it easy.
Mm-hmm. And I'll just treat his bite attack as a gore, but he's not going to use it anyway. So
Wizard or Oracle, I guess.
mm-hmm.
Charisma.
He was a wizard, and I'm changing him to an oracle because I think the time stuff for oracles is cooler.
And you get to keep your occult spell list.
I'm a really big fan of being able to turn a door into a mimic.
I will say I'm not committed to Akanos. I'm still committed to Ashura. I'm just prepared for the dynamic to fall apart or Ashura to die.
The dynamic's
Whichever
not going to
happens.
fall apart because I will remind you, Loudcast thinks that they're already dating.
Okay.
He thinks that he's just waiting.
I just remember
he's
last
just,
2 weeks.
He's just waiting for the engagement. I will say that was me interrupting your guys' dynamic with my guy, not Tristan walking in when they're on a separate.
Well, yeah, now he's interrupting our dynamic with his guy.
Ours is also way more established because she came in late. All of ours started at the same time.
That's true.
Also, last time.
I'm ready.
Also,
is what
last
I'm
time.
I'm ready. How about you?
I'm prepared.
Also, last time it was a like love triangle versus this time it is a dyad and then another character.
I'm ready. That's all I'm saying.
If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Exactly.
Larson was like okay with Laukaz, but was wanting Ashura. Haruka was like supportive of Laukaz, but
Which
now
was also
is
super
very
weird.
like
just
neutral of
walked on,
Laukaz.
immediately clocked that these two are probably an item, and then was going to try to hype him up without.
She realized that you
knowing.
guys were an item when you began talking to me, and then Ashura was like,
And then instead of saying that, out of that, you're like, I'm going to hype you up in a very weird way, man.
yeah.
I guess that's.
Because hopefully, if I establish that I'm supportive of this dyad, the Knoll lady won't have a problem with me. And then little did I know, that is not how the Knoll lady works.
No.
No.
So now Haruka's just pissed at her. So she's probably going to hang out with Duncan and Morgan.
No. Morgan doesn't like cats. She's going to hang out with Nori.
Yeah, probably.
You can hang out with us. It's just you're just gonna get stared at by Ashura the whole time.
And Loudcast he's going to talk
And
to
Loudcast
Ashura.
will have to talk to Ashura to talk to you. But I mean, Ashura's already glaring at you, so it's not like she's already making eye contact.
Not breaking.
Never have to get her attention.
Yeah,
And that's it.
that's what happened. The zingers.
Do you guys want to clap?